Thank you, Tina. Welcome to Look North. Coming up on tonight's programme, growing calls for the government to reform the student loan system as one graduate tells us he's saddled with almost £100,000 of debt.
Initially, I borrowed £62,000 inclusive of my undergrad and my master's degree, and my student loan now stands at about £93,000.
Also tonight, a jury hears a baby boy suffered a catastrophic brain injury after being violently shaken. Ahead of Make a Difference Volunteer Day, see how I got on doing a shift at a charity shop in Cumbria. And the Teesside town where every resident is being offered a free season ticket to watch their local club to try and help bring the community together.
The most we've had here, I think there was about 480 people in one night. I'd love more to come. We've got plenty of seats, we've got plenty of space.
That's a good idea. And Nisha, you have the sport.
Yes, Carol, we look ahead to an historic night of rugby league. And in cricket, the good news and the bad for Durham's new England star.
Good evening. It's a growing problem for young people across our region, the ever-increasing price of university. Now there are calls for the government to reform student loans amid claims the cost is placing an unfair burden on borrowers. Ministers insist the system protects low-earning graduates while ensuring better-paid counterparts make a contribution. But more than 50,000 people have submitted evidence to a parliamentary inquiry into student finance, and many are complaining about high interest rates. Well, one of them was Matthew from Newcastle, who's facing a student loan debt of more than £90,000. He's been talking to our political correspondent, Luke Walton.
A few photos of me when I graduated. This is me.
In the front room of his Newcastle home, Matthew is looking back at his time at university. It was, he says, a happy and fulfilling experience, but it came at a price, one that under the student loan system he could be paying back for decades.
Initially, I borrowed £62,000 inclusive of my undergrad and my master's degree, and my student loan now stands at about £93,000.
The 29-year-old marketing specialist who studied Italian at Hull University is one of a growing number of graduates who feel unfairly squeezed. He's recently seen his repayments on his loan rise sharply after a work promotion and pay increase.
You've maybe come from a working class family like myself, you've had to take out a bigger loan, and you're seeking to better yourself, you're getting promotions, and you get stuck in this trap where I may even pay back more than I initially borrowed, which I think is totally unfair.
And Matthew is part of a wider campaign calling for repayments and interest rates to be cut. This protest, an example of growing discontent.
Some people are seeing hundreds of pounds a month going out in their student loan repayments, and that's money that they can't put towards saving to buy their own home, saving to start a family and have children, or save into their pension for retirement.
A Tyneside Labour MP is also unhappy, telling a debate earlier this year the system is a rip-off.
So I'd like to ask the Minister what the government are going to do to help eliminate student debt. And I think it's all very well that we consider thresholds, but actually I think we should just abolish tuition fees altogether.
Our region has many world-class universities with state-of-the-art facilities. But that education comes at a price, and with many students and ex-students feeling they shoulder too much of the financial burden, it raises the question of who else is prepared to pay. The government says graduates tend to benefit from higher earnings, and ensuring they pay more of their loan is fair to those who haven't gone to university. A government spokesperson told Look North.
We inherited the current system and have taken steps to make it fairer, including raising the repayment threshold for the first time since 2021 and capping maximum interest rates this year to protect graduates from rising costs. We have also reintroduced targeted maintenance grants.
An education designed to make minds and careers grow, but at what cost to a generation's future. Luke Walton, BBC Look North.
A teenager has suffered life-threatening injuries in a crash involving 2 cars and a lorry on the A1 in Northumberland yesterday. It happened on the southbound carriageway between Stannington and Blagden. The teenager's in a critical condition and 2 men and a woman were also taken to hospital. The road remained closed overnight. A man jailed for murder after his victim's mother campaigned for a law change will have a public parole hearing. William Dunlop strangled Julie Hogg in Billingham in 1989. He was formally acquitted after 2 murder trials but was jailed for life in 2006 after Julie's mother, Anne Ming, campaigned to change the double jeopardy law. Dunlop was previously recommended for open prison, but this was blocked by the government. Well, now he's seeking release, and the parole board said the hearing in October will be public because of the considerable media interest and public attention. Chinese company Chery could soon be building its cars at Nissan's Sunderland plant following a new deal. The manufacturer, which produces Omoda and JQ brands, has signed a non-binding agreement with Nissan to build its cars at the Sunderland facility. Nissan will continue to own the site. A Gateshead Football Club hopes a new memorial football pitch will be a powerful reminder of the devastating impact of knife crime. In memory of Tomasz Olesak, the 3G pitch will be created at Gateshead Cleveland Hall's premises thanks to a grant of more than £800,000 from the Football Foundation. 14-year-old Tomasz, who lost his life to knife crime in 2022, had played for the club for much of his childhood.
It will provide the opportunity for us to both improve the scope of the activities we offer, but also provide a lasting memory to Tomasz and also a lasting reminder of knife crime and what it does. And so when children come here and they ask who's that lad who died many years ago, they will know and they will find out and they will be told, and hopefully the message can get through that you can't have children carrying knives.
An important message, isn't it? Now, the Tees Valley Mayor says Cleveland Police's priorities are being misplaced, adding it needs to do more to make communities feel safe. The Mayor was responding to listeners contacting BBC Radio Tees with concerns about a rise in antisocial behaviour, especially off-road and e-bikes. Cleveland Police says it's finalising plans to combat the problem as part of a broader crackdown on antisocial behaviour, but Lord Houchin insists there needs to be more deterrence for criminals.
The prioritisation of what Cleveland Police spend their time and money on is not right, and it hasn't been for many, many years now, and this is ultimately the consequence, which over time criminals know what they get away with. The Cleveland Police are not there to be social workers, they're not there to be nice to these people, they are there to enforce the law to make sure that law-abiding citizens feel safe and that people understand that committing crime should be a deterrent.
A baby boy suffered a catastrophic brain injury after being violently shaken by a man, a jury's heard. Teesside Crown Court was told Bradley Thomas, who's 23, became angry with the 3-month-old in the early hours of October the 5th last year. He denies murder. Peter Harris reports.
Well, the court heard paramedics arrive to find the child deeply unconscious at Eston near Middlesbrough in October of last year. The child died of his injuries 3 days later. Now, the prosecutor, Toby Hedworth, King's Counsel, said the child had suffered a traumatic head injury caused by excessive and vigorous shaking at a time when the defendant was the only person with him. It's alleged the defendant had become angry when the child had failed to settle. Now, that defendant is 23-year-old Bradley Thomas. It was said that when he was arrested in connection with the child's injuries, he'd said that he'd fallen to the floor shouting that he didn't cause the child any harm. And in police interview, when it was put to him that he'd shaken the child, he'd responded, "All wrong, not guilty, not what I've done." Now, one specialist the jury heard had likened the child's brain injuries to those that might be found in a fall from a 3-storey height onto concrete. Now, Bradley Thomas denies murder and the trial continues. Peter Harris, BBC Look North, Middlesbrough.
Now let's take a look at some more of today's stories, which you can find on the BBC News app. A judge has been removed from office after a complaint he sent a highly sexualised image to a staff member. District Judge Andrew Simpson was based at Newcastle's Civil and Family Courts. It's claimed drivers have been travelling the wrong way down the road due to congestion near York Hospital. Nearly 1,900 people have signed a petition calling for solutions. And actor Nick Mohammed of Celebrity Traitors and Ted Lasso fame says receiving an honorary doctorate from his former university, Durham, will be a huge privilege. Those stories and more on the BBC News app and online. Right, this year's Appleby Horse Fair has started with tens of thousands of visitors expected at what is one of Europe's largest gatherings of the Gypsy, Roma and Traveller communities. It's the 250th anniversary of the Horse Fair, which runs until next Wednesday, with the majority of the events happening over the weekend. It's Cumbria Police's largest annual policing operation, with a warning to drivers to take extra care with horse-drawn bow tops and caravans travelling to the event. Now, the ladies with me now, the women with me now, have made a huge mark on the UK folk music scene, celebrating 20 years performing as a band at the end of last year. And now the Unthanks, led by sisters Becky and Rachel from Northumberland, are set to perform again at the BBC Proms next month. Well, just yesterday, Durham University announced the sibling duo will be receiving honorary doctorates this summer, along with Nick there. Let's have a look at them in action.
Keep Sables warm, blows all day long. I wonder why. Cape Breton's flowers bring the swells, bring for me, bring for me.
Absolutely beautiful. Really lovely to hear that on Look North. Thanks for coming in to speak to us.
It's a pleasure.
So the Proms are again in the North East at Middlesbrough Town Hall in July. I think it's the 23rd. I should name check that, shouldn't I? And you're playing. That's a big deal, isn't it?
It does feel like a big deal, especially to have it in the north. So we have actually performed at the Proms 7 or 8 years ago in London at the Royal Albert Hall, which was an amazing experience. But to have it in the north a few years running now is just, well, you know, we're very proud to be from the northeast of England, and to celebrate that music here and shine a light on it is fantastic.
First time in Middlesbrough as well. Our dad's from Middlesbrough.
Oh, is
Our
he?
mum's from Redcar. So it's lovely that we get to do that with Northern Symphonia, having been just on tour with them earlier this year as well. So we're really looking forward to it, as well as all the other
amazing
exciting guests.
special guests.
Yeah.
It's going to be an amazing line. The atmosphere, though, at these things is just out of the park, isn't it? I hope you've got tickets, haven't you, for your family, I hope? For your mum and dad?
Yes, definitely.
And standing tickets are only £8, which is like so inclusive and brilliant. So hopefully it'll be a great night.
Brilliant. Now, you've got these honorary I mean, it's quite a year, really. You've had your 20-year anniversary, and now you've got these honorary degrees from Durham University. Were you expecting any of all of that stuff to happen?
Gosh, never. I think when you think of growing up in the North East, Durham is such a prestigious university. It's a real honour to have an honorary degree.
Yeah. And folks having a real moment at the minute, isn't it? It's quite prominent on the likes of BBC Radio 2. We've got the young ones as well in Staunton. They're fantastic.
We love
the young ones. We love them. I think it ebbs and flows. It's like, you know, fashion of music or culture. It always like comes in and out. I mean, it definitely wasn't cool when we were at high school. You know,
No,
and then
not.
it was cool for a bit, and then it wasn't. So we love it. We have such a connection to folk music, and it really connects us to the people and the history of our region. So we'll be here for it, whether it's popular and when it's not.
With our clogs on.
With our clogs on.
Do you wear clogs?
No, but we do clog dance. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah,
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, we grew up in a clog team in Wrighton.
Oh my goodness.
And Addison, rapper and clog team, and we still do now. Yeah.
No end to the skills. It's amazing. Well, if there are any tickets left, I might try and snaffle.
Yeah.
Proms
Yeah,
ticket. Is that a heavy hint? Probably.
Noted.
Well, I hope it goes really well.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're performing this weekend as well, aren't you?
We've been, as part of our artistic partnership with the Glass House, we have been putting on some curated evenings called the Friday Night Club, like a mixture of classical and folk and jazz and spoken word, all sorts of things, and we perform a little bit as well.
Oh, that sounds bliss.
It's basically a night that we would want to go to, that we've made. So it's really nice.
I'm going to try that as well. Thanks for coming in again. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. And the Unthanks will be performing with the Royal Northern Sinfonia at the BBC Proms at Middlesbrough Town Hall, July the 23rd. Now, it's the BBC Make a Difference Volunteer Day tomorrow. Thousands of people here do their bit to help others where and when they can and make a huge contribution from, well, anything really, chopping down shrubs, bag packs, talking newspapers for the blind. You can do anything really. I've been to do a shift with the volunteers at a charity shop in Carlisle. Volunteering isn't just something you do to fill your time and have a good laugh, as you'll see with me in a moment. It is incredibly important and really makes a difference.
The volunteers that we've got, we provide over 25,000 hours a year to support us, and that saves us as an organisation £390,000, which is a huge amount. Our running costs are about 2.3 million.
Let's go and choose a dress then. So shall we pretend we're going to some sort of, I don't know, wedding, races, some occasion? Oh, that's a posh one, isn't it?
It's a nice one.
It's a culotte thing. Should we try that with a big hat?
Yeah.
Do you know I've got a hat and she's got no head?
It might just...
But got a spare head.
Is that the right way? Maybe that way. That's a little something.
You get the picture.
Effect.
Yeah. And so what was your story then, Joseph? Because you're only 22 and you're volunteering now and you're an employee.
After school, I just didn't know what I wanted to do. Couldn't find anything I wanted to do. So just spent a lot of time at home. Kind of got stuck there. And then my neighbour, who is the manager of the Brampton shop, basically dragged me along for a day. And after that, I just kept going back.
I didn't even see if it was the right size. There we go, she's on. Could you help, Joseph? Because you look as though you might have a knack with this.
Yeah.
But there you go, I think that's a bit of French chic. Do you think? Shoes up. It was a really enjoyable day and a fab glimpse into volunteering, but there's no word yet on any rush on sales on the outfits. Do you know, I really messed up that shop, but thanks to Eva for helping me out. And to find out how you can make a difference in your community, listen to your local radio station as they focus on volunteering throughout tomorrow. Right, Nisha, you've got some good news to start the sport tonight, haven't you?
Well, it depends how you look at it. It does mean that a club star player is attracting a lot of attention and could this summer. So, yes, we start with football. And, of course, there was playoff disappointment for Middlesbrough. But the praise keeps on coming for midfielder Hayden Hackney. He's been nominated by his fellow pros for the PFA's Championship Player of the Year award. The winner will be announced next month. He was already named the EFL's Championship Player of the Season. Now, York City look to be on the verge of a club record sale. They've accepted a 7-figure sum for defender Malachi Fagan-Walcott from Hearts. It's now down to the player to agree personal terms, but if the transfer goes through, it would be a history-making sale for the Minster men as they prepare for their return to the Football League next season. Now in cricket, Durham opener Emilio Gay's England debut didn't go to plan in the rain-affected first test against New Zealand at Lord's. Now he actually started in style, hitting a boundary from the first delivery he faced, and it was shortly followed by a second 4. But those were the only runs Gay managed to score as he fell for just 8 after being caught off the bowling of Kyle Jameson. His Durham teammate and England captain Ben Stokes didn't fare much better. He was dismissed for just 12 after this stunning catch from Kane Williamson. England were bowled out for only 140, but they're fighting back. The tourists have been reduced to 29 for 6 in their first innings. Now, it's been a baptism of fire for York Knights in Rugby League's elite division. They travelled to West Yorkshire for tomorrow night's Super League clash against old rivals Bradford Bulls, who are just above them in the table after both clubs were promoted from the Championship last season. It'll be their first top-flight meeting in 40 years. York, who are 12th, enjoyed a bright start to the campaign, but have only picked up 1 victory in their last 9 matches. Head coach Mark Applegarth says it's important to be realistic.
This year for us is aspiring to get as high up that table as we can. You know, let's not forget we're in a results-based business where, you know, you want to win. But, you know, it's really important you understand why you can't win every week when you're currently where we're at. So it's just balancing them two and making sure that we set a standard that we're happy with and that we can aspire to get better on year upon year. It's never nice when you're going through a period where things aren't going your way, but there's no magic formula to get out of there. You just got to keep level heads. Everyone's training hard, and listen, there's no one more desperate to fix things up than the playing group that I've got in there, and it'll come. We've just got to make sure that we keep learning his lessons and putting them into practice come the game day.
So we're staying with sport, aren't we, Carol?
Yeah, we are, because, well, how about this? For a clever way of attracting more football fans to watch your matches, amateur club Thornaby FC is offering season tickets to the whole town. That's around 24,000 people with all the costs covered.
So next season, residents living within the Thornaby parish will be able to watch every home game for the men's and women's teams for nothing as part of a new town council-backed scheme aimed at boosting crowds and bringing the community together. Jonathan Swingler reports.
This club hopes an idea they have will get far more people watching matches here. Ryan says he's been working on the concept for a decade.
It's really an opportunity for anybody that pays the Thornaby Town Parish Council precept as part of their wider council tax to simply apply to have a funded season ticket to come and watch all the men's and all the women's league home games here at Teesdale Park next season. To our knowledge, it's the first time that it's happened on this scale, so we're all very excited about it.
The town council is putting forward £6,500 into this scheme.
Really, it's an initiative to get residents out of their houses to come down and enjoy themselves. So it's not, we could have put money into one particular scheme. Whichever one you do, you will get critics to say, I don't like football, I don't like cricket, whatever it may be. The bigger picture, it's about people registering, coming down and enjoying themselves.
Over 10,000 households, that's about 24,000 people, now find themselves eligible for a season ticket.
The most we've had here, I think there was about 480 people in one night. I'd love more to come. We've got plenty of seats, we've got plenty of space, we've got fantastic facility. Obviously we've taken on more staff because we need to be able to serve these people with the food and the drink that we have got here.
Such a great time to be doing it. Our women's team are playing in the FA Women's National League for the first side. We'll have Leeds United here, we'll have Blackburn Rovers here, we'll have Stockport County here next season. The men have established themselves in the Northern League Division 1 as well. Some other great clubs will be visiting here as well.
There's been a fairly good response amongst the residents we spoke to.
We'll get the numbers up again and the enthusiasm back up again. I wish more clubs would do it.
It seems okay. I don't support Thornaby, unfortunately.
But would you go?
No, but I wouldn't bother.
Yeah, it's a great idea. My son supports that club.
Eligible residents have until July the 31st to secure their season ticket. Jonathan Swingler, BBC Look North, Thornaby.
I love a good honest vox pop. Just tell it how it is. Right, let's have a look at the weather. We're grey and showery, Paul.
Yeah,
aren't
I'm
we?
not going to dress this up either, Carol.
No, okay.
It's been very unsettled over the last few days. Continues in that vein as we head towards the weekend as well. Does mean some variety in your weather pictures, though. Let's start off with a look at the Northumberland coast earlier today. Big shower cloud rolling in there, although the rain hadn't quite arrived when Bridget took this shot. Staying in Northumberland, but further south and west and well inland at Minster Acres, Janet was out and caught this blue sky breaking through in between the shower clouds. Lovely tranquil scene there. But back on the coast, the next shower was never far away. Again, big clouds rolling in at Beadnell there in Mary's Shot. And there were one or two sharp showers again today. Also, good weather for spotting rainbows. Get the sun behind you, look towards the showers, and they're fairly frequent these days with all the shower clouds around. Now, as we head into and through the weekend, things stay very changeable. That means further showers, and even into next week, I don't think we're going to see a marked improvement until later in the week, when we might just start to see high pressure building and settling things down, hopefully warming things up again as well. In the meantime, a rash of showers across Cumbria and onto the Pennines this evening. Fewer and further between in eastern areas, and the showers will tend to die away from most places through the course of the night. We keep a westerly breeze there, still quite brisk at times. Get a bit of shelter from that and you'll see the temperatures just about into single figures. The overnight low around about 8 or 9 degrees. Into tomorrow then, there will be a few showers around through the morning, not too many. They'll tend not to be heavy, thundery affairs like we've had recently, and many of them will peter out. So the afternoon looks drier and a bit brighter as well. We should see some sunny spells developing as we head through the afternoon and towards tea time. Now, the pollen levels climb a bit tomorrow, especially in the west and the south, stay low in the north and east, and temperatures, well, high teens at best, 16, maybe 17 Celsius if you're lucky. Again, that west to southwesterly breeze, quite brisk at times. So as we head into the weekend then, next area of low pressure comes in. This is a messy one, various weather fronts draped around it. So the cloud will come and go. There'll be bits and pieces of rain. Then this next more widespread rain comes in on that cold front as we head through Sunday and into Monday. Any little ridge of high pressure behind that will be fairly short-lived because the next low is never that far away. So tomorrow, a few light showers, but more in the way of brightness than we've had over the last few days, more in the way of sunshine. The cloud returns though for Saturday, some patchy light rain at times, still breezy, temperatures in the mid to high teens. Similar numbers for Sunday, a few showers here and there, perhaps heavier at times on Monday. Carol.
So thanks for the rainbow tip there, Paul, but what happens if you stand on the other side of it?
You don't see it.
Is there anything more specific?
Well, you need the sun behind you, shower in front of you.
OK, I got that bit. Thank you very much. Good night.
Bye-bye.